Hey everybody, I know it's been a hot minute, actually 2 months since we move on to the new generation, but before we talk about all that stuff, I do want to say thank you to anybody who's been watching, lurking, which is just watching for like a couple seconds and leaving, or even just kind of commenting on my videos or any of my streams over these past couple of months. It has been an incredible journey playing all 8 of those games. 5 of them finished, 2 of them shelved, 1 definitely abandoned. But it's been a fun ride, just kind of seeing all these different games and all these different worlds and congratulating all these developers. It's been a fantastic journey. We're finished with this, okay? We're finished with Stadia, all right? No more of that. Very nostalgic generation. I'll talk about it more in detail with the ranking video, which will be before this, obviously. But yeah, let's just go into it. I don't want to BS this, okay? I do want to start out by saying, what is the name of this next collection, okay? You know how the PlayStation and the PlayStation 2 is just called the PS2 and the PlayStation 2 and stuff like that? We're just gonna call this Stadia 2, okay? Very simple as that. Stadia 2, there's a huge explanation of why it's called the Stadia generation or Stadia Collection in the first place in my first video right over here, but let's just get into it. Okay, it's not just gonna be 8 games this time around. I know this is gonna sound crazy, especially for some of the games that I had that I did not finish. It's gonna be 9, okay? But here's the reason why. Some of these games are really short, like 1 stream short. So I kind of calculated it, especially after playing all those games that were RPGs and whatever. I kind of calculated which ones are going to be longer, which one's going to be shorter. Much more shorter games than longer games. Not because I don't want to play the longer games, but because it just fit right in terms of variety and how we're doing this. So let's start out with the first game. I have a list off to the side, so if you see me looking over there, that's all it is. Halo 2 Anniversary, which is just going to be Halo 2, I guess, for whatever the video is going to be. Halo 2, phenomenal sequel. I did finish it on easy mode. We're going to be playing that one on normal mode to kind of start everything off. That might be a 1 stream thing, that might be a 2 stream thing, we'll see. But that's a game that has an amazing cliffhanger, but has a really interesting twist in the middle of the game that I can't wait to experience again. That has something to do with the enemy side. If you played that game, you know what I'm talking about. So that's going to be cool. Obviously, it's going to be a lot less flood in that one, so that's always a plus. Then we're going to be playing a big favorite of mine, which is Assassin's Creed Origins, which will hint to the fact that we are probably going to be playing a little bit more modern AC. I love Assassin's Creed, and we get to start that off with the game that made me into an AC fan is actually Assassin's Creed Origins, not the older ones. I hate stealth games, okay? I try my best to get out of my comfort zone, but that's something I won't do. But yes, Assassin's Creed Origins, such a beautiful world, such an interesting story, never finished it. So that's going to be the first time we ever finished that one. The next one's going to be Kenna Bridge of Spirits. This is originally a PlayStation exclusive, now it's on Xbox. Once again, played a little bit of it, maybe around like 30 minutes, but knew that this had to be a part of the collection. Great adventure game, made for people who I think were like working at Pixar at the time, so the cutscenes are going to be great. Great music and everything like that. Definitely one I want to add to the collection. Another one that's going to be, I think, 3 hours short, very, very short, is Cocoon, which is made by, I think, some of the developers behind the people who made Limbo, which I did play their other game Inside, but this one was one I don't think I've ever really touched before. But it's a game that is really fascinating. You're playing as a bug and you do all these puzzles and whatever. And I don't know, it's a very weird game, but it's something that I feel like from an experience standpoint, it'll be a great visual story, and then the art style is very Polygon-esque. It's just going to be something very interesting. I feel like all these games, I'll talk more in detail when I play them, but just kind of choosing them through my interest more than anything. The next one's going to be Doom 2016, which is just called Doom, obviously. I'm excited to play this one, okay? I played Doom Eternal. I love Doom Eternal. I never finished Doom 2016. So this is going to be my first time ever finishing that game. I've always played the intro and the first level, and really nothing else. So that's going to be a whole new experience, but it's going to be a little bit nostalgic for me since I played that on and off again. Then the 6th one is going to be a very, very much more nostalgic one for me because I'm a big Diablo fan. Diablo 2 Resurrected. We're going to be trying that one. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish that one. We're going to be playing a good chunk of that. That's a very, very vintage game, old school PC thing, but it's going to be pure RPG. I can't wait to play that and talk about that one. The next one is one that I have not finished because it's so lengthy, but it's a completely different game that we've ever played, and that's Forza Motorsport. I don't know if they're making another one of those. I think they laid off the people behind Turn 10, which is insane. But this game, one of the best racing games I've ever played. But I've never finished it. Never finished the career mode. So we're going to go through the career mode. We're going to try all these cars. I know jack about cars, but man, that game's accessibility and the sound design and the graphics, masterful. So good. Then the second to last one is called Planet of Nala. This one I had never tried at all. This is the first out of the entire collection and the first of any of these games that I've ever played on this channel and on the live stream. This is the first one I never tried, but I saw the trailer of Planet of Lana, sorry. Planet of Lana 2, it just transfixed me so much, and I was like, I gotta try the first one before I play the second one when it comes out. So that's definitely one I'm gonna try out, and I love the soundtrack as well. I actually listened to the soundtrack before playing the game, so it's gonna be very emotional. I love that one. Then the final one is gonna be a big one. A game I've always wanted to play ever since I heard it got announced, because I thought it was never gonna come out at the time. It's gonna be Alan Wake 2. It's gonna be a horror survival game that has a lot of trippy stuff in it, very Twin Peaks-X, but it's from Remedy. And I love Remedy, I love Quantum Break, I love Control. I love the original Alan Wake. Alan Wake 2 seems like the perfect thing to end on from kind of a big standpoint. It'll be our Witcher 3 for Stadia 2. But man, that's the 9 games, man. We're gonna be playing all types of games. This has a lot more variety, a little bit more shorter games, but I cannot wait to start this new generation. We are gonna be starting off completely new on the Stadia 2. You're not gonna see, I think this is upright, I don't know. But we're gonna start the Stadia 2 generation right after this video with Halo 2. And once again, thank you so much for everybody who watched anything from Stadia 1. You can watch the collection reviews and live streams on the playlist on my channel. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to play these games. Yeah.